Since when did you show interest in this subject? I mean, when did it all start?
Well, most of my adult life, it seems. I don't know. I mean, that's become part of my life. Although I don't do much. I have lost my obsession with it, but I don't do much at the moment. But I think it doesn't leave me. I came to live in United Kingdom in 1985, and when this is very, very important. When I came to United Kingdom in 1985, I had zero interest in Mother Teresa, zero, because I just about heard her name. She got her Nobel Prize in 1979, mind you. Even then, I just, for me, she was a peripheral figure. As a left worker, I used to work occasionally. I cannot claim that I was a diehard, communist. I was occasionally working in the slums and working with poor people. And in my modest work with poor people and in the slums, I never, ever, ever had come across missionaries of charity or Mother Teresa being mentioned, or I had never seen any of her nuns working in any capacity in the slums or in poor areas. So that was my image about her in the back of my mind. So when I came to the West, I had hardly heard of her. So by 1997, 98, people started saying to me, in UK, people don't actually ask you. If you say you are from India, it is considered rude to say, where are you from India? They say, oh, yes, that's fine. Very interesting, exotic country, etc., etc. Occasionally, people ask me, so where in India are you from? And then I said Calcutta, obviously, quite proudly or neutrally. And then there was some pregnant silence. And then it took me about a year to realize that the silence was due to some kind of shock, saying that, oh, a man with intact limbs coming from Calcutta. How, it doesn't fit into the narrative of what we have heard and read and seen on TV, that everybody in Calcutta has got some disease or some leprosy, or is severely undernourished and has never obviously come abroad or anything like that. So that came to me gradually through close acquaintances, and also through my future wife as well. When I was dating her, she didn't know I was from Calcutta, and when she asked me and I said from Calcutta, and she said to me, oh, is that the place of poverty? That was my future wife. Can you believe that? And I just couldn't believe. I said, why did she say? I thought about it later on. I said, why did she say that? And then when I read things or I saw on TV, I realized that she wasn't wrong, because that was the abiding image of Calcutta in the world, especially in Ireland, where my wife comes from.
Right.
So I kind of started doing some low-level work and networking, and then I approached. Well, she was a family friend. I asked a family friend that, look, this is really bothering me. It's gnawing at my heart. These lies that goes on, and this image of the place of my birth and my forefathers' town. So what can I do about it? And she said, why don't you approach Tariq Ali's production company, Bangdoon Productions? Tariq Ali is a famous Marxist in United Kingdom. I knew of him, I didn't know him. So I just rang his office, his production company, which is now folded, called Bangdoon Productions, and his assistant, who ran the film company, she answered the phone, and I just said to her, look, you don't know me, I don't know you. I'm so-and-so, and I come from Calcutta, and would you be interested in doing a film about the myth of Mother Teresa? And she said, okay, I'll think about it. If you send me a proposal, an A4 size proposal. So I faxed a proposal to her. This is the day of faxes, 1994 February. So I faxed a one-page proposal to her. She came back to say that, look, we went to Channel 4 television, and they would do the film, and they would not go to Calcutta because we didn't get the funds. They'll do a half-an-hour documentary from archival material. That's how it started. I didn't know at all that Mother Teresa was considered a goddess in Calcutta at the time. I just thought that most people were like me, either neutral, or they would be very swayed by my argument about her myth-making, about her negative portrayal of the city. So when the film was made, there was a lot of criticism of us. And to this day, hardly anybody has come with me. I haven't got a following in Calcutta. I haven't got a base that I can rely on.
Right.
My idea would have been that I would form a group of people who would do some research on this. I would probably, some people might take up my work, and I won't bother with it. I don't actually bother with this line of work too much anymore. But all I get from Indians is criticism, and you know what really hurts me? That I get criticism from both ends of the political spectrum, left, right, center, three ends. And the liberal lobby, when they criticize me, that really hurts me most. Mind you, the left in West Bengal now, mostly they have realized that she was a fraud and how she has harmed the city. And they are kind of on my side, although they don't go public with it. But the liberal lobby, like, say, your famous, I don't want to name any names, but some of the famous journalists of India,
Right.
They are quite pro Teresa. And it takes a lot to break that stereotype for them, but they're probably a little bit skeptical. I'd always tell them one thing. I said, look, forget about the deep stuff or the other stuff or conversion. Forget about the conversion. Forget about the money that she siphoned off the Vatican Bank, etc. Think like this: take a Hindu Baba with a saffron robe, or a sadhvi, okay, who we don't particularly have high regard for. Neither do I, nor do you. This Baba, this sadhvi, telling married couples not to practice contraception, okay, telling gang-raped women that abortion is sin and you must not have abortion and you must have the baby that you're carrying. If a saffron person said that, how would you regard that person?
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.